Basically, New Riff is playing Frankenstein here, and they are putting together a monster from a bunch of different components. But can this monster actually walk, or will it tumble to the ground? That is a terrible analogy. Oh my God. Hey folks, David Thomas Tao with VinePair.com, and today I am reviewing New Riff's Sour Mash Single Malt. It's a Kentucky single malt. What does that mean? We'll get into that and more, but this is from New Riff out of Northern Kentucky, and it is a complex blend. New Riff out of Northern Kentucky is best known for their interesting takes and honestly big swings when it comes to bourbon and rye. Some of them come from heirloom grains. They make like a Balboa rye. They do all sorts of fun stuff. This is something different. Is this technically an American single malt? As far as we know, it is based on the current rules, regulations, and loose definitions, but New Riff is choosing to market it as a Kentucky single malt. And boy howdy does it have a complex mash bill. I gotta reference my notes for that. Maris Otter malt, Golden Promise malt, barley wine style malt, Belgian quadruple style malt, Scottish peated barley malt, and Chevalier heirloom malted barley. I'm definitely mispronouncing that one. Look, I'm not the best reader in the world. You'll have to bear with me. I drink whiskey for a living. So this is a blend of a bunch of single malt distillates aged across a variety of different cask types. New barrels, used barrels, decharred used barrels, wine barrels, all sorts of stuff. Let's see how it tastes. And look at the color on that. It's kind of hard to tell from New Riff bottles because they have these like blacked out glass at the top, but that color, not normally someone to comment on color, but that is dark. It's very dark. Yeah, I'm expecting complexity on the nose and I'm getting it. I'm getting both rich red fruit and malt kind of simultaneously on the nose. If you're, ooh, this is nostril clearing. This is very peppery. Wow, okay. I mean, look, there is clearly some wine influence here. I would bet my bottom dollar that I'm definitely getting that weird combo, that interesting combo, that fun combo of peppery and fruit. I'm just gonna free associate some notes here. Pine, orange and lemon oil, coffee beans, hold on. Coffee beans, yep, coffee beans. Coffee beans and pine sol and orange oil, but complexity on the nose can be a double-edged sword. Let's see how it tastes. I'll get back to you in a second. That tastes like spicy, piney sun tea. And I love sun tea. I get much more oak on the palate than I got on the nose. Much more. That kind of lemon orange oil note, definitely there. Big pops of wintergreen and pine. That pine, I'm not sure where the pine's coming from. Is it coming from one of the malt distillates? Is it coming from some of the finishing casks? There's citrus, there's oak, there's sweetness, there's spice, and there's this kind of like refreshing mint. And honestly, they're all hitting and kind of fighting for my tongue's attention. None of them are quite winning and none of them are quite losing out. If just one won that battle at the very end, or one or two of those flavor components won this battle at the very end, it would elevate this whiskey even more. But what I am getting is a busy nose and a busy palate, but it's not crowded. You know, there's a difference. Busy, crowded, there's a difference. I have said like 17 different tasting notes for this because it keeps changing, it keeps evolving, and my perception keeps changing. But yeah, orange marmalade, spice berry compote, those are the predominant flavors here with oak and mint. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, folks. Okay. Oh, that finish is long. It's a little smoky too. Where did that come? New Riff, where did that come from? New Riff, of all the permutations, where did that come from? It's citrusy, it's a tiny bit smoky, and it is very spicy. That white and black pepper I got on the nose, they're coming back on the finish. I'm gonna tell it to you straight. Lean in, come here, come here, come here. Here's my conundrum. I like this whiskey a lot. I really did like this whiskey. I scored it a 92, and I almost wanted to go higher, but it just gets a little busy. There are points, both nosing this and tasting this, not so much on the finish, where I wish one or two notes would stand out from the pack so I could really pick them out and really like luxuriate in them, if that makes sense. Next year's release of New Riff's Sour Mash Kentucky Single Malt is one of my top 5 American whiskeys I'm most excited for because I want to see what happens. New Riff, Sour Mash Single Malt, Kentucky Single Malt whiskey, cask strength, 113.8 proof. I'll be paying attention next year. Until then, I'm David Thomas Tao, drinking the whiskey so you can too.